Hello, craft friends, and probably a few family and friends that don't usually watch my craft videos. I have a journal that I made for my daughter, Sarah. Her name is Sarah Isabel, so we call her Izzy. Izzy married Evan last month, and they privately eloped with a photographer. Thank goodness. And I put together a journal to it's more of a wedding album junk journal style, but I wanted to share this with you. And if you're watching this, I'm going to wait till I give it to her and have her permission to do so. We have a family get together next week, this week, to honor them with all the family coming in, kind of a belated reception. And I'm going to give this to her then. So by the time you've seen it, we will be through all of the festivities. Okay, I have to thank Neri Ortiz, who has sent me so many beautiful wedding-related things, including this great silk scarf and some bling here. I will find a more permanent clip to put on this than the clothespin. Just gorgeous things Neri finds and puts together. So this is the journal. I just loved her dress was fairy tale, and this picture in the courtyard just struck me as such a fairy tale wedding that I wanted to use this for the cover shot. Beautiful appliques that I was able to layer. Almost all of these came from Neri, and of course I'll have the link to her Etsy shop below in the description. So this is hardcover. It is 9 inches by 6 inches by 3.5 inches. And it's mostly creams and white and a bit of blue. She had embroidered flowers in her gorgeous veil. And his suit was blue. So I left the outside quite plain. A little bit of really pretty ribbing down here, little flowers sculpting. There's the top. Show it to you from this side. So, and of course I went with the vanilla sari silk closure in the bottom. Okay. Let's get this opened up. This is going to shed for a while. There will be some strings. These are wide, freshly cut sari. I trimmed them every which way, which starts them shedding all over again, but it's only for a few uses, and I find after you pull out the strings, it's really not so bad. Down to a dull roar. So this is a flat binding. When you open it, you can flatten the book and it will lay all the way open. But I'm going to tip it so you can see it with the camera. Aren't they gorgeous? So in the front, in the pocket, I took the invitation to the reception that we are going to. And it's in a museum, a restaurant and a museum, an afternoon event. So well done, really well planned. And we expect to have a fabulous time. Some little buttons here. Dried flowers. Actually, they're not dried flowers. They are, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not silk. It'll come to me. For the outside of the signatures, I put on, I had a group of fabrics with this color blue and white, and I put a different one on each for the backing. But gosh, they just look great. The smiles. Okay, I'll stop oogling as a mother and try to get into the crafting part of it here. Let me just bring you in a little bit more. This is a picture of the rings and some of the jewelry that they were wearing. Gorgeous piece of silk in back of it that I got from Sheila Gingrich. And just layers of lace this way and that way. And then the tag inside has a picture of the ottoman with the rings in the other picture and her blue suede shoes and her veil. So, and just backed it with some tea-dyed paper, some stamping. And the beginning of getting ready. Maybe I zoomed in too much. Let me bring you out a bit. Okay. I just love that picture. Some pretty, pretty pearls, pearl type beads in the lace there. And once she got her dress on, the photographer had her swirl a bit. Just gorgeous, gorgeous dress. And pretty appliques here. A little bit of stamping in back of that on the tea-dyed page. And this is the page for her veil. This is embroidered and sequined and beaded. And if you lift it up, when she was putting it on before the wedding, and then I cut this just so it would scallop out of the bottom of the page. Gosh, they're so thick, I keep thinking I've got them bunched. Evan with the cufflinks and her putting her veil in. The photographer also sent them all the pictures in black and white, so I just took a few of them here and there and included them. Love that, peeking out over the lace and the lace. It was so much fun putting this together. I even worked in some Tim Holtz with the fine dress shirts from the Dapper collection. Putting on her earrings. And this is the middle of the first signature, so I, as I like to do, left the strings long and put on these really pretty beads. There was a little story here. Izzy got ready in their suite at this place where they were, this inn, and he came in, she said, "I'm ready," and he was peeking in, and the photographer was there in the moment for him to see his bride, and the pocket doors wouldn't open. They were stuck. So they were giggling about that later, and apparently they went and got the doors open and continued with the photo shoot. They were really cute. What do you think? It's just gorgeous. Some more of that fun fabric from the set that I got. And over here I included some buttons, a little chain of buttons there. I'll set it down so I can keep you in frame. There we go. All righty. A little bit of music paper back here. Bride and groom, and I've got some eyelash trim swagged behind that. Little dance. Just love this trim with the beading in it. There were several different variations of that. It was really nice to work with. Some more sequins and beading on this. And I love it so ornate. It ties in. They had such high ceilings in the venue where they were, and everything was quite old-fashioned. Very storybook. And Evan's family sent a beautiful necklace, which she wore during the wedding, and he was putting it on her. Some really fun paper back here from an old paper pack. And here I've got One of the only charms in here, some little wedding bells. And that's the pose, the end of the first signature. I just love that picture. The reflection in the mirror, the high vaulted windows. Okay, so started taking pictures in the courtyard, which is where they got married, the officiant and them. And then taking their vows, I made sure I got a picture of them facing each way so I could get each of them in. Layered some extra pretty scalloping here. It was actually an applique, and I fussy cut it to, yeah. Another gorgeous beaded flower here. And I put a little teardrop charm right there. And the rings, they're just so sweet. There wasn't a bad picture in it. There was like 600 pictures, and I had to pick the ones that were going to go in here. It was fun, but it was not easy. So the rings and the kiss. And just beautiful flowers on this border here. The book chunked up very quickly with all of the appliques and the layers of things. It's actually only 4 signatures with the 3.5-inch spine. And they're married. Just love that. And the cake. Now, the pictures from here on out may be a little bit out of order. I don't know if they went for a stroll in the courtyard and then had the cake. So I just kind of compartmentalized the festive activities by function. And she can tell me later which order they did these things in. But great cake. I believe she said it was Nutella flavored. And again with the black and white, some fun heart paper behind it. And layering the sequins and the beads here. And I just put a little I do down there. Married. Just beaming they were with the smiles all through it. And really pretty little teardrop down here. And this is them taking a walk around the venue with the photographer. And I'm so glad they did. Just fabulous pictures here. The courtyard. Very fairy tale. I just love these corner pieces that kind of sprawled off the page. A little flag embellishing there. I went right over the applique. My sewing machine did not like that. And out of the courtyard onto the street. They didn't go far. Some fun strolling pictures, kissy pictures, pretty little rose back there. And the end of their promenade. I just love that they did that. Thank you for making this so easy, Izzy, you guys. And then the photographer had said, why don't you guys bring a few things for props just to take a few pictures afterwards? So he brought his guitar, the guitar, and obviously that was a great idea. And she brought a handful of her Harry Potter books, not just Harry Potter books, but her old, been read 10 times, dog-eared, cornered edition, not the pretty ones, just because they're so nostalgic. So they are Harry Potter enthusiasts, and he is in the House of Slytherin, and she is in the House of Hufflepuff. So I put their house designations on there and put their name in Harry Potter font. And in back here is some Harry Potter fabric from the Marauders map, the books. And great little charm here that matched well with the blue book. And it's got a book with the Harry Potter glasses and the little lightning bolt there. So that was fun. Okay. And then the posed pictures in the chair, the look. Just love it. And this applique has these little pearl dangles with the teardrops at the bottom. I just loved this applique, and I could not find anywhere to use it on any type of page, didn't know what to do. So I ended up making a pocket of it. And really, there's not a lot of pockets at all in here, so everything that I had to go into a pocket went into this pocket. And this is the tag. And this stamp says, and they lived happily ever after, the end. And I put my card in there for them. And I put in a picture so she could laugh of Sarah when she was in high school with the same Harry Potter books that she had back, on that post page. I thought that they would get a kick out of that. And then I just had a few other pictures that I had printed, but not used. So I thought that they would enjoy them, including this one that can be fussy cut for paper dolls. A little bit of fun. And there's the serious look, the power couple. I love that. I wonder how long they could hold that serious look that day. I asked Izzy if her cheeks were sore from smiling, and she said yes. So, and there's the last page, the happily married couple in their suite. And this is the only picture I have from their wedding night. They were back in their civvy clothes and took a selfie for their social media with a bottle of Veuve. I know it's champagne. My glasses aren't good enough to read the label, but anyways, beautiful night. And I was able to scallop one more and put these wonderful, wonderful little beads into it. So that's Izzy and Evan's wedding journal. And yeah, I appreciate you guys coming and sharing the walkthrough. And I actually had 2 more signatures for them to put into this journal. One was the engagement. They took a cruise and he proposed to the Bahamas, and the other was the courtship, and it had all kinds of great pictures from plays they had gone to see and baseball games. It wouldn't fit. It just, I haven't worked with layered appliques before. I had no idea how quickly it would all grow, so that's good. We'll call them complimentary, a journal series, and work on those for Christmas or an upcoming holiday. So thanks so much for joining me for this flip through, and I hope all of you are doing well and getting some good crafting in. I will be back soon with more. Have a great day. Bye-bye.